We're back. Dang, it's a trip. I was looking at my thing and I was going, man, part 13. What the heck? So we got to put in some work on this build. Keep you guys updated and bring you guys up to speed pretty much. Before we get started, let me make sure that I'm all connected. I am using a new microphone. I finally got the DJI. I had mentioned that on a previous video that I did earlier today, where I was showcasing our new items that had arrived the other day, and I finally got around, to doing the unboxing. So let me, before we get started, real quick, I'm gonna see just make sure if it's picking up the sound and stuff like that. I just want to make sure we're well connected. Oh, there we go. All right. I hope everybody's doing good. It's Sunday. It's funny because yesterday I was very excited because I got the new mic and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get on here, jump on live, test out the mic and everything, right? But then, you know, yesterday I went to go visit my family. Also, today, Sunday, July 27th. Shout out to my father. Happy birthday. It's his birthday today. He's 63 years old today. And I got to see him yesterday. We went out for lunch, like a birthday lunch with all the family and stuff. And that was a lot of fun. And when I got home, I was pretty full and stuff and tired from the drive and everything. And I thought, oh yeah, maybe I'll jump live. Why not? It's Saturday night, but man, I ended up crashing out early. I think it was like 9:30 p.m. I was out asleep, and I didn't get up, obviously till the morning and playing with my daughter. Then that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do an unboxing because I did bring a box home back over here to my side. Mm. And I was like, man, I got to do the unboxing right there. So, all right, guys, so check it out. Yo, what's up, George? What's up, man? How you doing? Oh man, thank you, bro. Thank you very much for that. So, I did some work, and I kind of recorded some shorts. I don't know if you guys saw any of the shorts, but this is one of the items that I sprayed using the Mr. Hobby spray. And this is just the belly, the undercarriage to the Corvair. I didn't spray this part because you're not gonna see this right here. Uh, but let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can kind of check out. This is just a primer, pretty much. I really like this matte finish, flat look on here. I really like it a lot. So I went ahead and used that here. So it's very easy, You just spray it and everything. Also looks really great on wheels as well. So this was one thing that I ended up taking care of, right? The next thing was the wheels. So the wheels, these were gifted to me by my homie Casey. You guys know him as Slowly Models. Sometimes he's on here joining us in the chat live. He had mailed me the set a long time ago. 3D printed them, painted them, and everything for me, right? And man, the centers were pink. I held on to these wheels. These are some of my favorite wheels, and these centers. I love them. You know, it just screams Japan to me, right? So there you go. That was the color. Also 3D printed and everything. So, I was like thinking about it, and I was going like, you know what? The color of the car, I would want it to also have like these centers to have that as well, because I am going to be spraying them with Orion Silver, then Candy, So I need to prep these. So I went ahead and I grabbed some sanding pads and I started to sand, you know, all around here, like just scuffing it. Let me see. I believe that I use the 600 grit. I didn't want to go with like a 400 because I just knew that if I used the 400, I was gonna end up just cutting through and getting rid of a lot of the detail in that center right there. I really want to preserve a lot that was in there. So I just went ahead and I just scuffed it down real quick, like really lightly, just sanded it as turning the wheel. And once that got scuffed, I went ahead and I primered it. So I primered all four of the centers right here. um, these seats, finally, I ended up sanding them, prepping them, you know, just getting them to a point where I was like, all right, they don't have to be that perfect, but this is good for now. I know you see some of this right here, some cavities right here. I'm not really too worried about that. I have some other ideas regarding like covering that up later. But for the most part, I just wanted to get most of the items primered right there. What you're visually going to see from the inside. And regarding, um, let's see, this here, as you can see, it's starting to shape up, look a little different. I did add a couple of armrests right there, one on each side, trying to make it match as much as possible. It's still a little different, which is okay. I mean, you're really not going to be able to tell that much. And then right here, I added this strip of styrene right here, right? And then I also added another strip of styrene here and here. The reason being is every time I did a mock-up with this here, what was happening is that the seats kept falling. They kept falling back, and that started to get very annoying. And I started to really think about like, well, how's this going to work? So I ended up putting those pieces there as a support. There we go. As you can see it there. You see, so now in the back behind it here, let me put my fingers here so you can see. There's a support right there. Man, that looks nasty, but we won't see that. There you go. And then I ended up putting another support in the front right there, right? I will be covering all this up with some material here. So a lot of this is gonna get covered up, you know. The same goes with like up here. I mean, there's different decisions. I'm either thinking like I'm either gonna maybe put some crushed velvet up here, all up here, and then have it run up to here, maybe just like around the seats, and then have this all, um, you know, more of the base color of the car, like have that match, like to break things up. I might do something like that. So there's still a lot of little different things that I can go with on this build. So as far as tonight, the one thing I'm gonna be doing is airbrushing. You know, the fun part. That's the reason why in the image we have this here. This is the Iwata Eclipse HPCS right there, made in Japan. I got this here in the US. Check out the cup right there. The needle is a zero point 0.3 needle. The zero point 0.5, I do have that on my other HPCS, the one that's I use for clear coating. And that one does have a zero point 0.5 needle and like the whole system for it. This one I kept it a 3, just more for when I'm airbrushing and stuff. Um, I also had swapped out this valve right here as well. What I like about it is these little ridges right here. You get a nice grip, right? When you press down and you pull back. The previous one that was on here that comes with this airbrush is just round, and that thing, it I don't know, it starts to stress out this part of the finger, when you're pulling it back. So I ended up swapping this part off. Even just this little piece alone, I think was like 25 bucks when I got it from Coast Airbrush some years back. But it did make a huge difference when airbrushing. So another thing that I'll be needing for this will be my mask. I have this in this plastic bag. So let's break it out. Let's see here. So I hope everybody's doing good. Had a good weekend. Tomorrow back to the grind Monday. Or I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you guys have the day off or what's up. But let me know on the sound too, guys. If everything sounds good. I'm using the new microphone. It's wireless, so no matter where I walk around or whatever, there's a lot of flexibility right now. But hopefully everything sounds good. So I'm using this. I'm gonna be wearing this 3M mask while I spray. I know the last time I sprayed, I didn't even wear a mask, and I should have. You know, I was just smelling a lot of the fumes. So I've had this mask for quite a minute now. All right, and I'm gonna put it on just to see in a bit how it feels and everything. in case if I'm not really feeling it, I might be breaking out my new one. The new one, I've had it. I bought it prior to the move. Here it is. I still have it in the box, using the large size. I've tried on the medium, and it was just too tiny for me. Um, but yeah, this I got it at Home Depot. This whole kit, so it's pretty much everything you see in this image is what you get. I've always gotten my 3M masks from there, and no matter how big the job is, I'd recommend wearing a mask for sure. I know the last one I was just like talking and getting ready to spray. I didn't even think about it, and I had this put away. But before I was gonna get started with tonight, I was like, you know what? Let me gather all my things. Let me make sure I'm all sorted out and have everything to go. So let me see if I could try this on real quick. Let me flip my hat and let me just see how this thing gonna feel like right now, because it's been a minute since the last time I've actually worn it. And if not, I don't know, man. I might actually throw on the new one. Why not? Because if this one's I want to make sure there's no dust or nothing in there, because it's been a minute since the last time I used it, and that's the one thing you don't want to be doing is like inhaling anything. That's why I keep it in the plastic bag. All right, so let's do this test real quick. Hopefully, you could probably still hear me when I throw on the mic. Let's see. All right, so I have the mask on. I think it's picking it up. I wonder when I'm reading too, but yeah, it sounds kind of funny. All right, I'm back. So fits fine. Um, you know what? Let's just break up the new one. Why not? Let's bust this out. Let's see. Let me put this bag away over here. I'm gonna have to smash my coffee before we get started um, spraying, because you know I don't want overspray and just stuff flying all over the place, and then it lands on my coffee, and then now I'm drinking it, and it's like, what the heck? Like, nah, that's not cool. Before I went live, I got in contact with Jarvis Malone. We talked for a little bit just to connect, make sure that we're all situated and good to go for our stream this Tuesday. He's gonna be the next guest. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's guest, Gary Seeds. That was awesome. He touched on a lot of things, and it was just cool. Hey, what up, Steven? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining. Let's see. So let's bust out the new. Man, it feels like we're doing another unboxing right here. And this is like the important stuff right here, what you need right there. And then these covers. Man, the other ones I had were see-through, not these ones. And then we have these pads. I always only use like one set. I rarely put the other set on. But we'll see right now. We're gonna assemble this thing right now. Let's see, let's bust out the actual mask. All right, so this bag here, I'm gonna save this bag. When I'm done spraying, this is gonna be the bag that I'm gonna place the mask back in and just seal it. And this will be the baggie that I'll be busting out all the time whenever I'm getting ready to airbrush. And so this is the way it comes, just like this on its own, with nothing attached to it. You get a lot of information here and everything. I've already looked through these like the first time I bought a mask many years ago. Some good information right there. And then let's see here. These are the things that make it work, that make everything happen right here. Let me open this up. This is the thing that filtrates everything right there. So we're gonna grab one of these pads, lay it down right there. And then this is basically just gonna go over, it's gonna house it right here. Pop it in place. This side. There we go. Push it down. Squeeze it. All right, cool. So this one's set on this side. let's get the other one. All right, we don't need that. Throw the other one right here. Now we're gonna, check it out. Put this one right here for you guys. Press it. All right, cool. So it's already compressed. So now you could see these 3 tabs, and you'll notice this one too. It has the 3 tabs right here. And let's see here. Modelcar 1589. What up, man? So I'm putting it up at an angle to get it in there, and now I'm twisting it back. There you go. Now it's on. It's on and attached. We're gonna do the same with this side right here. Make sure we get it in. Let's see. I'm trying to look at the camera and not look at the camera. Ah, let me see. What's going on? Did I do it right? Nope. See, let me look at my subject better. I'm over here staring at the camera. All right, here we go. Where can I get it in? Right there. There we go. There we go. It's on. What up? What up? All right, cool. So at this point, you know, obviously all this is like kind of loose. I gotta do the fitment. So the bottom's good right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put this behind my neck and then lock in right there. And then this will pretty much just go over my head. Once it's over my head, all I gotta do is pull on these and pull them out, and that way it'll be nice and tight and just like get it nice and snug. So let me go ahead and put this on, get it back, put on the front. Let me just take a tug real quick. Hold on, guys. All right. Yeah, this feels a lot better. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This is dope. I'm happy with this one right now. Do one more. All right, cool. Take it off quick. So we're good to go with that mask right there. And let's see here. So before we get started and all that, I'm gonna put it in this bag because I don't want it just letting sit. Because once you have it set like this, it's already working. Basically, it's absorbing all these things and being processed through. So it's basically like the on switch is on. And once you put it in a bag and you seal it, it's still on and working, but it's staying all enclosed within the bag, you know? I know I've been to shops where sometimes the mask, they just have it hanging on the wall, like nothing. And that mask just chilling like that is contaminated already, you know, because things are being sprayed, chemicals, you know, anything, like a lot of different things are happening throughout the day at the shop. So there's a lot of particles and stuff that's going in, and then when the person puts it on, they end up inhaling all that stuff. So it's best to just have that sorted, you know, away. So I'm gonna start bringing out some stuff right now that we're gonna prep the items for airbrushing. I'm gonna bust out some sticks and some stuff. Let's see. See, right now this feels weird because I'm walking away and I'm still able to talk to you guys, and I'm just hoping when I play this back later that it's actually picking up all the sounds right now as I'm talking right now, as far as like my voice. First time, well, this is the second time doing the wireless. Oh, we'll see. You guys let me know. All right. So we have this is a Mr. Hobby tool right here. And then we have our sticks right here that are gonna hold the parts that we're gonna be painting. So let me set these up right here, right there. All right, cool. So as far as like these, we are gonna paint them with the Orion silver, and we're just gonna have these hold that part right there, as you can see. And I'm gonna put this right here, this one right here. Bam. Right there. All right. 4. Hey, what's up, Francisco? What up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's see. All right, cool. So we got the 4 right there. Bam. All right. And then we have, well, we're not gonna paint this. These are already painted. If anything, we would touch those up. This is gonna be airbrushed. For something like this to be held, I'm gonna have to use this right here. So most likely, I'm gonna have to. I'll probably do it this way better. So let me get some tape. I need some tape to hold the. Strap it to the wand. I should have used like a bigger size, wider tape because this tape is too small. It's gonna make me waste like more tape than what I should. But man, the other one I have it tucked away somewhere, kind of far. So let's go ahead and get this ready. I'm starting to somewhat get used to the live thing, like being able to work and switch from like staring at, like looking at the screen just to make sure it's in focus, and then going back to, recording. Recording, like balancing both, just to make sure that everything looks clean and good or whatever. And I mean, you guys are keeping me alert too with the sound. So in case if there's any issue with sound, I know you guys are letting me know. Like, that something's like off or whatever. So appreciate you guys for that. So let's see. We're just gonna put like another little piece as like a backup right here. So there we go. Bam. Jamie G, what up, man? Thank you for joining us. All right, cool. So yeah, this shouldn't fall. But I think if it does, I mean, I could always just go and hold it. I just wanted to be able to like maneuver it like this. But we're gonna play by ear. All right, cool. So these here are set, and then the seats too. This was like another thing I was like thinking like, man, should I paint them? But yeah, I do want to paint like all this stuff right here. And even though right here I'm like, oh man, I should have primered that, and even that. I mean, the bottom you're not really gonna see. It's more the back part, but I think I can still get away with hitting that part right there, you know. Um, and then the same with these here. Let's see. So let's bust out more tape. So this is the FBS tape. You can really use any kind of tape, like especially like 3M tape for something like this. It's just right now I'm using this smaller size tape. I was saying I should be using. Oh wait, let me hit it right here before I start going down. I should have been using a wider size tape because it would save me a lot of tape and also like some time. It's kind of weird right here. All right, let me put another strip. Dang. All right, let's continue it right here. Ah, what happened? What happened? Okay. I feel like we're going backwards. All right, there we go. Because this one's gonna have the seats right here in this wand. This wand of tape. All right, so let's see here. Boy, I line this one right here. Right there. I don't know. Put that one right there. And we'll put that one right there. And let's see if this one fits. If not, I'm gonna have to, yeah, it won't fit. I have to put another strip. I want to keep it going. Keep it going more down. Hopefully they don't fall. Imagine. That would suck. Nah, it's all good. If they fall, we'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do to fix it, you know. There we go. Just extended it, and I was about to put it upside down. Let me scoot them down more. I don't know why I bunched them up. Bam. All right. So these are our subjects right here. This wand, this, and then these babies right here. Then we got the airbrush set up. Yeah, we're not gonna need any of that stuff right there. Gotta tidy up a bit right here. Clear out some things before we get started. Bam. So how's everybody doing? Let's see. Are you guys working on any builds right now? As you're watching tuned into the stream, or just kind of just kicking it, you know? Because you know, it's already end of the week. All right, let's move all this stuff. I'm gonna start prepping the airbrush station right now, and let me get my paint real quick too. This one we mixed last time when we were live. This is the Orion Silver. So we're pretty much gonna be laying Orion Silver over the primer. We want to match the body right now. And now having a new stand with this lighting right here, we're gonna hopefully get a better angle. I'm just gonna have to adjust everything once I start to you know, get into the booth right here, right next door, right now in a little bit. I just need to finish this little cup of coffee. There's not much left. I just want to take care of this, and then bam, we'll be good to go. Let's see. Let me go on the chat real quick. Let's see. Oh, cool. So you're working on that the Tamiya Honda McLaren. That's awesome, man. Oh, nice. Just in the garage. Oh, wow. 8 months. Man, that's a minute, man. That's cool though, you know? Like if you got to take your time sometimes, you know. I know how it is sometimes. You got to pause on projects and go for it. I'm having fun with this one. Just getting you know, somewhat situated with doing the live. I feel like the live streaming live has helped me push through this build, because if I was like not documenting or going live working on this, I would most likely, you know, just kind of putting it in a back burner, most likely, you know, not doing much, like working on it, but not as much as I should be, you know. But I feel like this has been very motivational, that I'm just like, all right, cool. I gotta you know, push through it, you know. And if we run into a problem, you know, you guys are gonna see, you know, that I'm not gonna be able to really hide or nothing. It's just we just gotta roll with it. We gotta figure it out, you know, together. What do we gotta do? And also, you know, I also get like questions and stuff of, you know, like how's the color paint, or how do you do this or that? And because those are the same questions I had. You know, thank you to Armando Flores. He blessed me with a lot of information. He's taught me a lot, and you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, you know, it's a lot of things that he's taught me, and I'm still learning till this day. So let me go ahead and fire up the compressor. I'm going to let me see here. I'm gonna move the camera or the phone. I keep saying camera. It's just the phone that I have it hooked up. So this is my my Iwata, the power jet, and we got the switch right back here. Let's see if you guys could. I don't know if it's gonna pick up the sound. but it's on right there. Let me zoom in right here. I might move it just a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Just so, because I'm gonna be sitting here, my feet, you know, I don't want my feet to for that to be getting in the way of things right there. So let me put all this stuff away. But I'm gonna get in here. Let me set up over here. This is what we want to see, right? Just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna see how I can adjust the arm. I'm gonna loosen up the arm right here and try to get in here, because man, this is what we really want to see. I was very excited about having to set up this part right here to see how much or how close we can get. If not, it would probably be like right here, and then I could just zoom in, you know, with through the phone. So let me tighten this arm up. I'm hoping it stays put. All right, let's see. Let me turn on this light for the booth. Let me see how much I could. Oh yeah, I still have a lot of space to like get in there. Let me see. Right there, guys. Dang. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. I do have the noise cancellation on, so that's definitely gonna help a lot. So this is here. You have the hose here. See if I can zoom out a little. Let's see. All right. Nope, I can't. All right, let me get this sorted out. Let's stick that right there. Hopefully it don't fall. Put on my glove. All right, let me turn that off real quick. So check it out. So we got the that set up. We got the paint right here. Let me just start bringing in all these little things closer. And I might be quiet at times, guys, when I'm gonna jump into this right now. So just kind of relax and just chill, you know. I know I talk a lot throughout most of the streams, but when I'm gonna start to airbrush right now, I might be quiet. You might just hear the, I don't know if it's gonna pick up the airbrush or the thing, you know, but I'm gonna throw on the mask in a little bit, and I'm just gonna get started and do my thing, and I'll jump in on the chat in a bit, like after, um, when I'm spraying some stuff. So let's see. Let me answer some stuff before I get in here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm using the Iwata HPCS. What up, Raven? 79. Yeah, that's what I'm using. What I'm gonna use right now. I do have other airbrushes, but definitely I would recommend one of those if you're in the market for an airbrush. They are pricey, man, but it's worth it, man. I think it's definitely worth it. All right, so let's mask up. Let's see here. All right. Dang, I gotta hide this bag. Make sure nothing gets in it either. What if a spider crawls in it? Hey, you know what? That's crazy. As I'm about to get started, what kind of does it matter? It would matter if I was gonna be candying it, but I just found out this. I gotta paint this too. Dang, that's crazy. I just saw it right now. I was about to put on the mask, and it was like on a different area, which probably shouldn't even be at. All right, so let's see, guys. All right. Let's turn this on. So I got the mask set up. I don't know how well you guys can see. I mean, hear me? But I'm gonna get started right now. All right, just adjusting the mask. All right. Let me see. I need my paper. I'm gonna see how close I can get, guys. All right, we're gonna move on to the interior tub right here. I'm gonna blow a little bit of air before I paint it. Yo, what up, what up? Yeah, this looks very forgiving. You can spray a lot of it. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. It doesn't drip since it's urethane. Has some shine to it now. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I still have paint. Okay. We're gonna hit the wheels one last time. All right. So that right there, let's see. I don't know if the lighting will pick it up. If not, we'll have to put it under a different light. Orion silver is applied. There's definitely a sheen when this light's on. I still have a little bit of paint left, so I'm just gonna grab it with the pipette and shoot it back into the bottle. Okay. Let me just clean this airbrush real quick. All right. I'm gonna bring this back over here now, guys. Bam, we're back. Get this mask off. Ugh. Oof, man, it smells like paint up in this room. Let me see if I could turn on another fan right here. Gotta probably open up that door. All right, so I'm gonna get to you guys' questions in a bit or in the chat. I need to look up. I did see some things pop up on the screen. Man, I wish I would have had I think I'm gonna try a different angle next time I spray. I feel like I just kind of did the traditional, oh, let me put the camera next to me and we'll, just start spraying or whatever and zoomed in. But man, when I was zooming in, it wasn't really locking in. It was almost like the, the stickers in the background. It was focusing on that. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, man, that's not when I wanted it to focus right there and then. So let me set these here. So yeah, right now it smells like House of Color right in here. Right now that I took off the mask, let me throw away this glove, and then I'm gonna crack open the door for a little bit because it definitely smells in here. I gotta get some of these fumes out. All right, so let me jump into the chat real quick with you guys. See what you guys had. If you guys had any questions. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, what up, Ivan? What's up, man? Thank you for joining us, bro. Just right here. Let's see. All right. Yeah, using the Iwata Soli models. What up, man? Man, that I think I must have swapped it out not too long ago, bro. That filter right there, because yeah, it was pretty jacked up the last one I had on there. But let me see if we can get a little bit closer on here. I'm gonna have to adjust these joints real quick. So the camera's gonna move for a little bit and get it kind of to how I had it. Hopefully, if not, it's all good. We'll work with this way. Just trying to get under the light so this way I could let's see. Yeah, the blue filter, that those are the ones it comes with. When I bought that booth a while back, it came with those filters. It came with one, and then I bought a bunch. So let's see here if I can get it under this light. So this is just the Orion Silver Max over the inside of the body and the package tray right there. This is the other one. That'd be the center console right there. I did some modifications to it too right here before. Let me see here. And let me me see. These are the seats. It's the two back ones, and then the front ones. And then let's see the back. I remember one didn't have that much primer on it, which was this one right here. So you see that? I managed to get some paint on it. Got a uniform. So the one thing I'll tell you guys is with this House of Color paint, it's not, it doesn't dry wet. It's more of a matte finish on there. So you could be spraying a lot of it on here, and it's going to, it's not going to drip, you know? It's more like their clear coat that you got to be careful with. But check out the centers. Hey, slowly, I ended up painting the centers that you sent me, that you hooked me up with from the pink. So I'm gonna revive them into this other color. See, it's trying to pan it. It's just such a small part right there. So yeah, I did pretty much all of them right here. And it's crazy because I think you could still you look at the pink. You can still see the original pink in the bottom, but you won't even see that from the front. You know, right here. Dang. But yeah, they look clean, man. You just leave them like that. But now I'm gonna paint those the color of the car. So, all right, let me I'm gonna pull out some paints right now, some House of Color paints, just to kind of see, like, trying to decide, man, what color am I gonna paint this thing? You know, what color? Hey, let me know, guys, also the audio, because I'm using the wireless mic right now that I just acquired, and I want to know if how everything's sounding too. You know, if you guys are like, dude, it doesn't sound cool, whatever. So, you know, if it sounds too low or what, let me know, because this way I can make those adjustments. Because I've just been kind of binge watching a lot of videos regarding the settings to this mic that I'm using. So I just kind of want to see what's up, man. Thank you, bro. Hell yeah. Thanks. So I'm gonna bust out the paints, and I also want to break out the. Yeah, I'm just trying to adjust the camera here, guys. Sorry. Ah, this thing's tight. All right, cool. There we go. I think we're good right here. And then I'll adjust the other camera in a bit. Man, so much settings, man. I wish I would have had like some automatic like arm if it just does it, you know, by itself or something. That'd be pretty dope. Um, so I'm gonna bring out candies and then also some flake. I also want to bring out flake to show you guys, to just kind of talk about that kind of stuff right there. But let's see, one more. It's crazy. I'm trying to tighten this thing, and like it's still crooked. What the heck? What did I do wrong? Let me see. Let me try to adjust it one more time, guys. I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys, because this is gonna suck if it doesn't adjust right. Let me see. All right, maybe this will work. You guys probably hear me huffing and puffing back here. All right, that's it. I'll leave it right there for now. Let me bring out the paints. All right, let's see, what do we got here. I'm gonna bust out some candies. Line these babies up right here. Man, it still smells right now. Right there. Those are like little 1 ounce jars of candy that I have. And then this is a teal that I have. This is like a ready to spray one right there that I got. I got that one a while back. What else? Yeah, so there's that. Let me look for this my little jar where I keep my flake. So we put flake in that little jar. And then I'll bring out this other flake stuff. I always like talking about this stuff right here. Ooh, here, I'll just show you guys the whole stash of flake, bro. This is kind of, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of flake. Let me put this stuff away for now. It's gonna take up the table space. And this is stuff that I acquired over years and years and years of collecting flake. And I have it all in this bin right here. Right there. This is the stuff. You start buying so much of it, you have to hide it. Because then you don't want someone to be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why have so much flake? You know? Can't have enough, man. There's too many colors. There's everything out there. But nah, this is just years and years and years of collecting it. All right, let's see. Close the door now. All right, guys, so check it out. So right behind us, we have lots of flake, different brands, different stuff from, you know, we have things here from Tropical Glitz, Paint Huffer. There's also Daddy Roth, Big Daddy Roth, I want to say. There's a lot of stuff. There we go. Got it straight. Let's break this open. House of Color, too. And then these are the measuring spoons right here from House of Color. These things come in very handy right here when you're mixing up, you know, pearl powders or flake. This is the real deal right here, guys. This is what you guys need right here. Coast Airbrush sells these. Highly recommend these right here. All right. So, you know, this is a House of Color flake. This is like Paint Huffer flake. Look at that. And then we also got Danny D flake right here. Rest in peace. Looks very rich, right? The colors. A lot of this is metal flake, and then this is another brand, Little Daddy Roth, right here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a video with just like flake on its own because, and then these are ice pearls, right here. Yeah, this stuff gets expensive. These ice pearls. You only need a little bit too, but as you can see, it's white, and then you see that sheen. It's kind of like purple or like violet, right there. Quite interesting. But let's see. So the one we're gonna be using, this is the famous Tropical Glitz Platinum Plus flake. I feel like this is the flake that put them on the map for flake. This one color alone, the Platinum Plus. So this is their like 0.004 size. It's super small. This is pretty up to scale with what we do with the model cars. All these other ones are just out of scale. These are huge. The other one's very fine and small. Like when you start looking at the jar, all the flakes that get stuck onto the jar, you'll see how small and fine they are. And then these ones are just huge chunks that get stuck on there, you know? These are for other projects. You know, this is the reason why I buy all these other ones. It's just like for other kind of projects. But they have so much cool stuff. Even the artwork's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is the one that we're gonna be you know, using. And let's see here. And I do have some videos where I mix up flake. I've done it in the past. And I know I need to do a new one. I need to like update the flake. This here we have is candy. And then this is a jar where I pretty much just pour out all the flake. As you could see, this is a 24 milliliter jar. But if you look at the side, the markings, right? It's 5, 10, 15, 20. So with this, we mix up, you know, up to the 10. Let's say, for example, like SG100, which is the binder. And then from 10 to 20, we pour in reducer. So it's like a 1-to-1 mix. And then after that, you know, we could I would say you could do at least, I would say like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon right here of flake. Scoop that up and just toss it in here. And then you could mix that. Let me pull out some of the stuff that we need for that. So we need the reducer for sure. That's a component that we definitely need for that right there. Where do I have my wooden, my sticks? Because there's these there's when you mix this, it's always nice to kind of, you could see it fall into the stick, but if not, I'm just gonna have to just use like a regular like stir kind of stick right here. Get that going, and we're gonna do it right now because you know, I gotta make some flake. Oh, here we go. I found them. I was like, where are these things? We'll bust out a couple. And then the next thing I need is the SG100. Let me see, how do I have it? Because I don't think I have it in bottle form anymore. I think I must have transferred it to, oh yeah, here it is. I put it in this quart right there. That. But here's what I'm gonna do. I have to we're gonna have to get low with this one right here because I want you guys to see down to the table how I mix this. So some more adjusting real quick, guys. Let me see if I can do this right. Let me loosen this thing up, see how low I can go with you guys here. Because I think this would be pretty dope for you guys to see right there. Maybe like that kind of level when I'm mixing this. It'd be easier for me to explain as well because I always get questions about this stuff. It's really not that hard to mix. This is probably one of the easier components to be mixing, you know. Let's see here. All right. Let me know what you guys think, if this is a little better for you guys, or if I should readjust it a little. You guys let me know, because I mean, you guys are the ones watching right now, supporting us. All right, cool. Yeah, in case if you guys ever are gonna try this out. So let's see here. Let's set the candies aside just because right now we're gonna mix this first and then we're gonna jump into that. So let me get my can opener too for this. I need to open that thing. Then I need to get a pipette and gloves. Yeah, I don't wanna get this stuff on my hands or one of my hands, you know. Dang, the little can opener right there. Let me see how this would look if I end up turning off this light. I don't know if it's too bright or not. All right, let's see how much of a difference that makes. Yeah, I'll show you guys too the airbrush I use for to shoot this flake too. I know Modelcar 1589 just asked that right now, and I'll show you guys. It's not really a size. It's just more of how can I say this? It's more of the airbrush. It's just a throwaway airbrush, and I feel like the nozzle is pretty big, that it does allow you to spray out. And even if it gets clogged and everything, like the whole setup, you can always kind of redo it. So what we're gonna do right now is let me see how I can get it here so you guys can somewhat see. I think right there. If I have this subject right here. I just hope it doesn't go out of focus, but if it does, I wonder if there's no way it doesn't. Like, I guess it has to see like a hand or something. Look, when I move my hand, that's so weird. Trippy. I should have a fake hand, like right there. All right, we're just gonna roll with it, but I'll zoom in like a little later. But for now, let's crack this thing open right now. Let's see if we could open this up. It's still gonna smell. All right. So we're gonna crack this can open. We're gonna use a pipette. And we're gonna fill up this this one up to the 10 mark. So this is inner coat clear. It's thick. It's a binder. It's a clear substance that's inside of the paint, pretty much. It's something that's used a lot in the custom paint world. Yeah. And it's been a minute since I've smelled this stuff. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It's starting to drip. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I'm messing up. Let me put this down. Even better. Whew, that was quick. Because yeah, the stuff stuff could get messy. If it drips, I don't mind if it drips onto this paper. I just don't want to get it on this cutting mat, because this is more my work on the models. The paint station's on the other side. All right. So we need just a little more. And we're there. Just a little more. We're reaching that. We're nearing that 10. All right, that's it. That's all we need. So now let me close this up. Damn, that stuff smells. Okay. So let me seal this this can over here on the side. I used to use a hammer to like hammer these in, but I noticed you start to dent the piece, and it's not even worth it. So, all right. So now we have inner coat in here. Now the next thing we're gonna do is add the reducer right here to this. So let me go ahead and get this situated so we could start adding the reducer on here. I'm just gonna open this up and cap it, and we're gonna pour it up till we get to the 20 mark on there. Man, I really wish it would like zoom and like focus on that. But look at it, it's all off. All right, whatever. Let's see. There. We brought that up to the 20 mark right there. Get this little towel. This stuff's like getting everywhere. Okay. Let me fold the paper now. Yeah, this stuff smells right now. Hopefully I don't drop. Imagine I just spill it right now in front of you guys. That'd be crazy. I'd be like, dang. All right, there we have it. So now we have the SG100 poured in along with the reducer to thin that out. now we're gonna pour the flake in there. So let's open this up and you'll get to see the flake right there. Let's see, what if we turn the light on? Okay. So like I said, we're gonna end up doing a half teaspoon right here. So whenever I scoop it, you see how it looks like a little mountain? I just try to like, just basically go like this. I cut it like that. I don't need, that's enough right there, right? All right, now I'm gonna move this out of the way and pour this in. Here we go. I never like to like dip the spoon in there, you know? That's it right there. That's cool. So let me clean this out. I later clean these with like lacquer thinner, but you know, and now let's seal this up. We don't want this flying everywhere. So now that we have it there, we're gonna go ahead and get the stick here, and we're just gonna mix this. Let's see if you guys could see how close I can get. Look at the flake. Oh, it's all like just dancing in there. So this is a 1-on-1 mix. I've seen some videos back then. Fools would be pouring all kinds of flake. And I was like, damn, like, I don't know if it was just like a flex or what. It was just too much, like very exaggerated. Not like model car building. It was more like the dudes that were doing the 1-to-1 scale stuff, you know? And I was like, dang, like crazy flex right there. Here, I'm gonna readjust the camera again. Right here. Let me see if I can get a aerial view, helicopter view. All right, cool. Let's see. I'm just tying this thing. That's always the hard part, man. Like tying it, untying, tying it. It's very annoying, but I'm down to do this for you guys, man. And I get a lot of questions regarding this stuff, and there's some videos, if you search, you'll find some stuff, but sometimes it's like, it's not really what we're looking for, you know? It happens. I used to search for a lot of stuff, and then, oh, damn, there it is. Kind of found it. All right, we go. Cool. I like this angle now. All right, let me sit down. And now let me show you what it looks like from the top. Ooh, dang, this looks even better. So this is in a Tamiya jar. This is enough for like, man, like more than one model for sure. Like the body of a model, definitely. So let me cap it because man, this stuff smells. We'll let it chill for a bit. And let me grab a paper towel just to wipe it, just in case if any of the SG100 got out when I was pouring it, or reducer. Sometimes it could happen. But yeah, this stuff, look at that. It's in there. It's ready. So this stuff could already be sprayed. Um, so like I was saying, like now that the body or like the parts, if I decide, all right, I want to flake like this right here and the center, I would have to back mask a lot of these areas. Whatever I don't want flaked, I would have to mask it up. And then I could spray this on there. And then just let it dry for like the next day. All these parts I painted, I could already apply this on top of that if I wanted to, because the flash time, this stuff dries pretty fast. So I could already spray this here, right? It's only this I would probably recommend giving it some hours or even just the next day if you want to lay down like candy. Any candy. That's what's gonna make this pop even more. Once it gets all clear coated and everything, right there. Let me open that door again, because I know it's freaking smelling in here like fumes. Let's see. What else was I gonna show you guys? Oh, the airbrush. I'm gonna show you guys the secret right now of what airbrush I use. And I do have a lot of these parts on my website too. I've mentioned it before, but I don't know. I don't think some people understood what I was talking about. So this is the airbrush. This is the airbrush from Harbor Freight Tools. This is where I bought it. I bought like 2 of these, right? It's just a plastic airbrush. I know there's other airbrushes um, that have copied this same exact model and they've changed the name. But pretty much this is what you need are 2 components. Let me unscrew this, because this doesn't come with the airbrush. This piece right here and this piece right here. Those are separate, right? But let me show you. Let me bust out another piece that you guys are gonna need for that. Let me see here. All right. Hold on, guys. Let me bust out another thing you guys are gonna need, because I have it somewhere else. Oh yeah, it's 2 bottles. All right, guys. All right, so here we go. Check it out. These 2 bottles right here, you're gonna need these. This is a 1 ounce big mouth bottle. This is a 2 ounce. I only just got this, I don't know, to try it out. I wanted to see the size, but a 1 ounce will work. Brand new. This is the way they look. I don't think they come with this little red cap. I just bought a pack of red caps and I started using them. But basically, let me show you guys kind of the setup. Let me take off this tape right here. Let me take off the cap. So I've already used this before. This is where I normally, put on my metal flake right here. And then this goes on right here. Bam, like that. And this is what I'm doing, just pressing down, and it's just shooting out the flake right there. That's pretty much the setup right here, right? But the thing is that when you get this airbrush, the stem on this is so small, it's not gonna hook up to any airbrush like hose, right? So my rig, this is my setup right here. Like, let's say if you don't even have this, right? You just have this part. This is too big to connect onto here. So you need to buy this piece. I have these on my website. This bottom piece. It's like a 3-pack that I sell. Let me see if I have it right here, dudes. Let me see if I could bust it out, so I can show you the part. I know I have it right here. Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, here it is. This is the part right here. So I have these on my site, and I believe they're all going to be different depending the airbrush. So, for example, my setup is all Iwata, right? Everything from the hose to the moisture trap to the quick disconnect. It's all Iwata. So if your setup is like that, you would need this and you would need this. And this is also something I have on the site. These two components. These two is what this one is, this one here that I'm using, and then it's one of these out of the ones right here. I know they all look the same, as you can see right there, right? And then you get that hooked up, you screw it on here, and then later you screw this one on right here, and you're ready to go. Let's see, let me back it up a little. I don't know if you guys can hear that, the sound. Yeah, this is boom, ready to go, right? And then once you have this hooked up to it, then you can start spraying flake onto your object, right? So whenever I do that, I'll be spraying, and what happens is there's moments where flake will be coming out, but then it'll stop. And sometimes it could be that this gets clogged, right? So it's always good to have, let me get this to focus. It's always good to have like a little rag or a t-shirt, like a black t-shirt, let's say, cover this up, you spray it, and then it'll do a backwash where the pressure gets pushed back in, and you'll see this kind of recycle itself, and then you remove it, and then it'll start to shoot out again, right? Once you're all said and done and everything, you flaked your piece, you're done. Then you use this, you insert the lacquer thinner, and then you just start spraying like crazy into the cloth, obviously in the booth, and you're basically just clearing the airway again, getting whatever flake out before it dries, like the next day or so. And that way you could reuse this again. In case it gets clogged, you could just throw it away, buy a new one. They sell these at Harbor Freight for like, I think I bought mine for like 10, 15 bucks back then. Once in a while you'll see this. It has to be this model right here, the way it looks. That's the way I've been able to flake like parts and stuff like that. So let me see here. Let me throw this away real quick. Let me close this. Oh, that fresh air is coming in now. That was crazy, man. It was starting to smell a lot in here because everything's closed. Like, I have everything closed in here. And I think like the day that I get to clear coat, when I'm gonna clear coat the car, I might have to do it like in the early morning, where I might have to open up the doors and like the garage and everything, just to get all that out, dude. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to be in here smelling all that stuff all together, Because yeah, that would be kind of crazy. But yeah, these are the two that I was saying about. So yeah, in the future, if you guys ever decide to want to try it out, that's an option right there. I've had other homies tell me like, oh, I actually use this or that, but I've never had any luck finding those parts or those things they tell me that they've used to really like be like, dude, like I found something else. Until I find it and I try it out, and if it all works well, then that's gonna be another route, that I'll be willing to take on there. Even these, I have these on the site too, the big mouth ones. Those are, yeah. I try to buy those whenever I see them at the. Back then, when I would go to like Coast Airbrush and stuff, I'd be like, oh, dude, they have them. So now regarding the candies, right, that we got right here. Let's line these bad boys up. They these are the 1 ounce, and it's a trip, man, because like this one here, this is the pagan gold, right? You can see it moving around. It's very like a liquid substance, right? The same with this this green, organic green. very liquidy. The Voodoo Violet, liquidy as well. The teal, I mean, it's already pre-mixed, but still, like, even if you get this one, it's still shakeable. When you get down to these two, though, these are thick. This one, especially the pink, man. Look at it. It like you move this, and look at this thing. It just sits there, like it's like stuck, right? And almost like it went bad. And the same with this blue. And it's like, wait, what the heck? My initial thoughts was like, I wanna candy something with this color right here. You know, I wanna do something with pink. That's definitely the only thing though is I need to see if I could bring this to life with reducer. If all works well, then this is what we're gonna roll with. But if not, I might have to order another bottle of this 1 ounce. That might have to be the case with that. Um, but we'll see. I mean, it's gonna come down to until I have to like mix it. That's when it'll be right there. Let me go on the chat. Yo, what up, Luis? What's up, man? Thank you for joining us right here. Let's see, John. What up, man? G1 Mac, what's up? Dang, Casey Steven. Model car 1589. What up, man? All right, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. It's it. So there's the pink, and then we got the flake right here. Let me set some more stuff aside right here. All right, cool. So let's check this out. So let's revert back to the car. This especially this center console here, as we could see. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this and learning some things, or even if you already know this stuff, but just kind of be going through it again. All right, so I've already mentioned that on the like the floors right here, I'm most likely going to be using a material like even right here. I'm going to be using a material for the package tray. But if I wanted to flake that, I could, I could always like flake the package tray, flake the dash board as well, which I have. Let me see it right over here. Right there. That I could use. Or even the middle. But like I said, I'm gonna most likely use two materials right here. I'll probably use another material, over here. That way I could kind of have it going down into the seats right there. That was like another thought I was thinking of. And then as far as the middle, I don't know, man. I kind of would want this middle part to be flaked, to be honest. Like something's telling me like I should flake that middle piece right there, I was even thinking like the same for the seats on the two front ones, like the back. I mean, obviously it would be something you won't be able to see, but if let's say I lay down tape, I backmask the whole sitting area, but I expose the sides and the back area, those would be areas that I could flake. So it's like on a real seat, like you'll have, let's just say if this was cushioned, right, and then the whole back part, it's like more of a harder material, that has the metal flake and and then clear coated, so this way, even if I did the pink seat, like pink like candy, but then this is flaked and candy. This will be a different tone. I could even go darker on that side right there. You won't be able to see this because these are going to be the back seats. Those are going to be hidden. But you know, I could do the same for even just the side little panels, or even like the top part, but keep all that uniformed. That's something I could possibly rock right there as well. And let me see. Yeah, I think doing this part would be pretty nice, like the middle part. I was even thinking like, what if I did like the console, like the dashboard, and then the center, like flake all that center console, flake, and then all this too, right here to be flake too. You know, that would probably look pretty cool as well. And as far as like the flake, it won't, like, let's say for the dash, it would only be the top part of it, not the. I wouldn't want to do the face. That I wouldn't want to do. I'm gonna be putting gauges and other things on this side, but it would only just be like that top portion of it. That's something I definitely would like to do right there. Let me see here. Let me get comfortable here, guys. Let me break this off right here. Watch, I'll show you. Yeah, because I could already touch this stuff. Nothing's gonna happen. Especially if I'm gonna be like flaking over it and stuff. Bam. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. Because this stuff's already dry. Even though we sprayed it earlier in the episode, or the stream, well, the episode. These pieces are good to go. It's not like enamel or a lacquer, you know, that you're like, dang, I gotta let this dry and I don't want to touch it. Okay, let me go close this door, guys. Hold on. All right, cool. All right, I'm back. Damn. All right, so let's set these aside over here. Man. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's coming together little by little, you know. That's kind of what I'm envisioning right there. As far as that, let me see here. Let me see what I'm gonna need. I'm trying to look around at my stuff. Let's see if I can mess with something real quick, just to kind of show you guys and give you guys kind of the idea. I'm gonna set the camera a little bit to the side, and then I'll try to zoom it in for you guys. Let me loosen this thing up real quick. All right, cool. Oh no, that thing's gonna affect it. All right, let me get that stuff out of the way. Fix this thing. Let's see if I could zoom in. Oh yeah, I like this angle so far. Because one of the things I'm gonna have to do, guys, is lay down. Yeah, let me move this thing calm. Some tape and lay down. Let's see. Probably need to be like this long right here. And I get my ruler. Because I need to cut some tape. That's for sure. hobby knife. All right. Yeah, keep me posted, guys, too, on the noise. If the mic's picking up things pretty cool or not, keep me posted. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm getting one of my rulers, my hobby knife, and I'm gonna be just cutting up a little strip of tape that I'm gonna lay along the side on the edge of the model. I'll show you guys right now. Just let me cut this little strip. There we go. You guys can see that right there. All right, cool. Let's see. Bam. So you see this little strip right here? All right, cool. So basically what I want to do is I want to lay this strip right here, like on the edge, right? Going all along before I start backmasking this whole front part. This is just something that I would do if, you know, you're going to lay down that flake. Let me see if I could line it up right here. And then I'll do a close up for you guys once it's like starting to lay down right here. Because it has a little bit of a contour shape right here, like a little corner edge. And you got to be careful right here because this is where you could get flake like stuck in there as well. Let's see. Let me see what's up. What I can do right here. Gotta pull this back. Okay. All right. Let me see what I could do right there at that point right there. Let's see. It's a trip because I'm like trying to put it close to my face, but not too close because I don't want to get it off the camera, you know? I'm just trying to make sure that it's locking in right here on these little grooves. Before I show you guys, just let me concentrate right here. Yeah, I remember hanging out with Armando, Juan Mesqua, and we'd be like working on our models. And at some point, you could tell you could tell who was in the zone, you know, because then we'd get quiet. We just get quiet and like we'd be talking and then we just get quiet, and then we'd stop to take a break, and then we'd realize, oh dang, like look what you did or whatever, you know. And then we'd show each other some of our work and stuff. So with laying down, you know, tape like this, I always like to use scissors like this right here. This helps to cut off all these little bits like that. That was a little trick thing I got from Armando from Juana Mesqua. So watch, I'm gonna show you guys real quick something. So I laid down the piece of tape right there, right? Basically, I'm just like laying down the line, and then from here down is what I'm gonna backmask, right? All I'm exposing is the top right here. And this is what I would want to flake, this top portion. But here's the thing: if you look closely, you're gonna notice there's an open gap. Let me show you guys right there. Because of the shape right here, the tape lays in nice right here. But then look right here, that little area. The tape is like coming off. It didn't even like make good contact. So what happens is like when you're flaking this and you leave that open, or even when you paint and all that's gonna get in there. It's gonna shoot down in there. And you're not gonna realize that till later. You're gonna be like, oh dang, dude, like what happened, you know? And it should have been something like, oh man, I should have looked out for that, you know, and I didn't. So that's kind of one of the things that you kind of have to look out for, you know. But but yeah, let's see. We're gonna see what we get into right here. I'm gonna have to when you do this, you don't gotta be afraid to like take off the tape again and start all over. Just on that part. You just like this, you just loosen it up right here. Let me see guys. Here, I gotta get behind the camera now. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, this thing, why is it doing it? Last time I wasn't even doing that when I was like the whole focus, out of focus thing. Now I feel like, man, it's like doing it all over again. All right, so so what we do is we loosen this up, and then we're gonna use the tweezers as a little guide just to press it down. Right there. Make sure that it is touching right there, like that. And then with our hand, we can start to line up that tape. And if you still feel like, you know what, nah, it's not looking the way I want it to look, it needs to be straighter or whatever, you could still go back and revisit it. Like you could do this as many times. That's the thing I like about this green tape. It won't stop. You keep it going, you know? It's pretty cool. All right. So there we have it. It's already laid out right there. Top part. Let's see. Yeah, I think this should be good. So basically, everything you would see up top is what's going to be flake. So then the next piece of tape would be a little bit bigger. Make this size right here. All right. Let me set this here. Thank you guys too for being patient, man, throughout this process. So I know it's starting to get a little tedious and some stuff, but we're getting there. I'm looking forward to Tuesday. We got our interview with Jarvis Malone. That's gonna be fun. Talked to him earlier today, just to get sorted. You know, make sure that we're all good to go for Tuesday. All right. Now let me cut this right here. All right. So check this out, guys. Dang. So now we have this area, the transition area, pretty secure now. So now is when we could use the rest of this tape. Yeah, so Tuesday I'll be doing a interview with Jarvis Malone, and then I will be doing another magazine review um, as well this week. I did one last week, and I got a lot of good feedback from that one. So I'm gonna continue it. I'm gonna keep making more for you guys right there as well. So let's see here. Just trying to close up these little areas. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging in here too with me on this, because I know it's Sunday and you guys are busy too. You know, you got to get ready for work and all that good stuff. And I don't know. I got to work tomorrow as well, but I'll be working from home tomorrow, and then Tuesday I'll have to head out, go to the spot. So check out the piece now. It's already back masked right here, and bam, right there. So what models is everybody working on right now? What's everybody working on? Let's see. Let me put this stuff right here. Let me check out this. How this one's gonna go. Because I can use the green tape. Probably the green tape, huh? Because there's this other yellow tape that I used to backmask as well. Let me see how well this one does. Yeah, FBS, man. They made this tape to answer the call for when it was not available, when 3M wasn't producing it. I'm pretty sure it does well in the market. Let's see here. What up, Blue Collar Scale Customs? What's up, man? 65. Nice. Corvair store. All right on, man. That's awesome, man. All right, guys. So let me see here. I'm gonna see how much I could backmask from this area, and then I'll just build up, because I don't want to get any flake in here in the inside pocket. Scaled Innovations, what up? All right on, man. Thank you for tuning in, dude. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see what size tape we're gonna use right here. I might have to use a little scissors to snip this. I was thinking of using some mirror finish too on the edges of these seats, so make it look like somewhat of a chrome trim, like a chrome line. That's what I was thinking right there. Oh, that's cool, man. Right on. Let me see. Let me fix this right here. cool. Can you guys hear the fan in the background? I have it on, but I also have the noise cancellation on, so I'm pretty sure that's taking effect too. I'm just curious. Oh, cool, man. All right, let's see. So we're trying to mask this up a little better. As you can see there, it's starting to take a little bit of a shape. Yeah. There we go. And then we're gonna put 2 more strips on the sides. The top and the bottom look okay. Let's see. Trying to get comfortable right here. Bam. Okay. Bam. Cool. Now we're gonna do the other side over here. Let me move the camera. Let me see if I can get it in front of me because I have had it the sideways. Let me see if I could adjust it better for you guys in this way. Okay, I just need another little strip, a little tiny strip. Here we go. That's what I like about these little pieces. You always end up with like small little pieces that come together. Bam. There we go. I think I'm gonna put one more. This one's kind of thick, but let's see how I could adjust it because it's kind of where I want it. That's cool right there. It's not gonna, doesn't have to be too much, but I think that's fine. And then I'm gonna cut this excess piece. I don't need that much tape. All right, so this seat is ready. This is like, I'm going to flake the back. I'll be flaking, basically all of this all around. And then this is all going to get covered, so this will not have flake inside. So this one's ready. Let me get the other one going. I just gotta cut up more tape for you guys right here. Some strips. It's pretty good right there. All right, so this will be the next one right here. The next test subject right here. We're gonna see what happens. Damn. All right. We're getting it close to the edge. Right there. And then let's see. Get the scissors. There we go. Now we're gonna cut this side too to kind of line it up. Yeah, I love these scissors, man. They come in handy when you're cutting out tape, small stuff. Tend to do the job. The hell? Felt like a bug landed on my neck or something right now. I was like, what the heck? All right, let's do the other piece. I know, man. Right? I agree with you. So watch, we'll do the hard part, which is somewhat of the edges. Well, not the kind of the hard part, but what takes time, right? And then we'll fill it in after. Let me scoot this tape. Use my finger here to like contour it. Here, let me fix this camera here again. Let's see if I could. How am I gonna do this? Facing down better. So I feel like it's trying to focus onto the stickers that are in the background, which are some of my homies I support. But I want to focus on this for now. I gotta cut a little more. Then I want to pull it back. It's gonna stick out. There we go. There we go. It's close to matching. Close, but not too close. Yeah, so I'm doing this all out of my phone, hooked up on here. What I really want to do, guys, is like be able to have this hooked up like to like a computer, like through like a PC, and have multiple angle cameras all connected where I could just toggle back and forth and not just have like one angle. I have like multiple angles, a close up, one from far away, or just like the overall bench, and then the other one, even to myself when I'm getting into it right here. I think would be cool. It just takes time, man, doing the research. I mean, I know there's a lot of game streamers out there, and some of them have channels where they'll tell you what they're using and everything. But a lot of that stuff, it's for the games, Like the setups they have is more for gaming. I know I'm not gaming on here. I'm just building. Um, but yeah, I mean, I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out like would be the ideal setup. So this way, I have like PC setup. I can always upgrade parts from it, like basically building it whenever something new comes out. I know the graphics card's like a big thing, the RAM, all that, and then especially like if I want to run like OBS program or like Zoom or just a bunch of different programs at the same time, I have to have the correct amount of speed and everything, to be able to run all that. Because if I don't, then I'll be running into problems. So if you guys come across any kind of info, let me know. If anything too, I think that'll be pretty helpful, kind of steer me in the right direction too, for that, because I do plan on doing more live builds and stuff, and just kind of showcasing what I'm doing, and also give you guys the ideas. So this way, if you guys ever are been curious or want to try something that I'm doing, you could do it up, and try it out. All right, so these two seats are pretty much ready for some flake action. Right there, the dash, right there, what's exposed, the seats. So let's look closely at the seats, because I mean, I was thinking the sides, but we're really not gonna see anything like from this, even if these seats are like right here, and all you have is a little window to look peek inside. um you know it's gonna be one of those things where you're not gonna be able to see anything kind of the action. So the only stuff, let's say for example that like right now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna backmask the floor. It's kind of a waste because I could always cover all that up, with material or whatever. So um like if I wanted to like flake this thing, I could flake basically the whole thing, even the side door panels. And then when it comes down to clear coat, just have to clear coat everything, you know, and then have it all sealed, clear coated, flake, clear coated. And then later I could come in here and fill all this in with the material, fit in the seats. That's like if I want to go that route, I could definitely do that right there. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, Um, yeah, right now, for like streaming, if I'm doing like the podcast, interviewing people through Zoom and all that, I am using my Mac. It's an old Mac. It's I wish I could run OBS from it. That way I could like hide the Zoom thing and all this stuff, but I can't overpower it. Like it's just not up to date. It's not up to speed, you know. And those laptops, you really can't do much to them. You buy them, and that's just the way they are. Um, and I don't know. I really want a PC for sure, because I know with those you could do a lot more stuff with them. So we'll see what's up. But so far right now, I'm just um, it's easy for me to just plug and play, go live through my phone, and hang out with you guys right here, working on this build. Watch, let me show you the flake. Crazy. I'm gonna tilt it right now, but look, it's like on the ground, and then I'm gonna shake it. It's ready. Ready. That flake action right here. Man, I'm really curious as to like another camera angle for the booth, man. Yeah, that's a Tamiya jar. So, you know, they have the, what is it, the 46 mil? This is the 23, I want to say. Tamiya jar right here. So there's inner coat clear and reducer along with metal flake right here. And these are pretty much like the parts that I'm going to be clearing. Well, not clearing, but like what's going to end up getting flaked later is going to be this, and these. The back of these is what's going to get flaked. Hey, good night, George. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you. Um, oh yeah, man, your order's shipping out tomorrow too, bro. By the way, thank you for that. Let's see. So yeah, first we did the Orion Silver Max, and then now this is gonna stack on top of this, and it's just gonna enhance it right there. This is a .004 size flake. This is a Tropical Glitz flake that I'm gonna be using right here. Well, I don't think I'm gonna spray it tonight just because it's already getting late on my end. But I think when I jump on live the next time, it's game time. It's time to spray. I'm gonna be pouring the flake into this bottle right here, the Big Mouth bottle, airbrush bottle by Wada, and then I'm gonna be using this airbrush right here to spray the flake out of right there. So these are going to be the parts that are going to get flaked out, and then once that flake is dry, then I'm going to go ahead and um, clear coat it. So the been thinking a lot about the body also, about clear coating that. I might be clear coating the body too. Let me show you guys. Not clear coating the body, flaking the body right here. So this is already, the body already has Orion Silver Max on it. Pretty much the same as to what's in here. I'm just I'm still debating on the pattern work, or like what I'm going to be doing to this build. If anything, I need to start laying down tape and stuff like that on the body of the car to know the direction I'm going to be headed towards, and what, because I would like to have the body have some areas where there's flake, and then some areas where it doesn't have flake. You know, I don't want to flake out the whole car like that. I've already done that with other builds, but I think with this one, I'm gonna have to switch it up like that. So that's why I don't want to flake anything tonight. Um, I think I need to get this one geared up, and then once I get this one all geared up, then I want to flake everything at the same time. You know, I want to be able to flake the vehicle, the Corvair, along with the parts that I just backmasked. So once all that's set, then I'll take like a photograph and stuff, and I'll let you guys know ahead of time, like that I'll be jumping on here to flake and get ready for all that. Because once all that's all said and done, then what's gonna come next is gonna be the preparation for the candy right there. Then I could lay down my candy and all that. And then once the candy's all laid out, then I'll be able to clear coat and pretty much finalize the car. So we'll see what's up. Dude, it kind of does if you look at it. It reminds me, it's like the Hasegawa, like some of those like 80s kits, the one with the orange um, cover art, or like that tan one, like this front part right here. Trip. That's crazy. Imagine kit bashing that, or I don't know, maybe you could like chop up some parts from that kit and put up, swap them out from here. I don't know. I never even thought of that till right now. You pointed that out. That's crazy. But hey, guys, I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys for jumping on here and just hanging out, chopping it up, and hopefully you guys could join us on Tuesday, 10 p.m. Pacific when I get back on live to do the podcast with my guest Jarvis Malone. He'll be on, so that's gonna be a fun one right there. And then later, you know, we'll later in the week we'll come back to this. We'll continue on this project right here, and that way you guys could see the flake going on, all that, how that happens, and then later further on, you know, the when we start to clear coat the car and all that. So all right, guys, so I'm gonna take off. You guys have a good night and a good day tomorrow, Monday. All right, guys, thank you so much. Peace out. Later.